Alright, so I'm just going to do a little video here on a new device that I just picked up. Saw this online a couple months ago. I ordered it about a month ago. It took a couple weeks to come in. Apparently, most shops don't actually have these in stock. They have to order one for you just because I guess they've been that popular since they came out. But what it's for is for someone who has a lot of bike electronics. Especially in this day and age, it seems to be an ever-increasing amount of devices that we use and charge with our bikes. And part of the problem is that they all use different standards for charging. So just to give you an example here, this is one of the new Bontrager lights. This is USB-C. This is micro USB. These two are micro USB. This has its own proprietary charger, which is USB. Your Garmin's, some of them are micro USB. This is a 530, it's micro USB, but the 540 is USB-C. Headphones, these actually use an Apple Lightning connector. I don't have an iPhone, so this is actually the only device I have that uses that plug. And then my backup set of headphones, which use micro USB. So to charge all of these devices, what I end up having to do is I have this mess here on the couch, and there's just multiple wires everywhere. It's a mess. Something is always charging over here, and it's especially a problem if I take a trip. Having all these different devices and all remembering to bring all the different cords for them, it's just a real mess. So this device is supposed to address that and have just one connection that you make. So just taking a look at the box here. And it looks like they do give you some cables here. We'll have to see which ones they are. So let's get it out of here. And I have not actually taken a look at this yet. Didn't actually come with any kind of flap on here. I don't know if that's just missing. Kind of hard to do one-handed. Alright, so this looks like our device. Kind of has like a suede finish on it. It's pretty cool. I like that. So, brief little manual here. And this looks like what we're dealing with. Our power cord, which looks similar to what a lot of Sony devices use, that same type of connector. So they do have some cables already routed here. So these two, micro USB, USB-C, USB-C, micro USB, micro USB, and for your Garmin, looks like they have USB-C here. I would imagine you can probably rearrange those. At least I hope you can. Oh, okay. Yeah, the whole tray lifts off here. And you got essentially just a USB hub in there. So this is to hide all of the cables. I'm going to go ahead and take the whole thing out. Or try to. I'm going to need both hands to do that, so I'm going to pause it here for a second. Alright, so I went ahead and took it out of the box completely here, and I'm going to go ahead and lift this tray out of here. We'll see what we're working with inside. So it looks like 6 ports, and it's basically going to come down to you can charge 6 devices. I suppose that you could probably put a USB splitter on there and maybe add another 1 or 2 if you had to. Taking a look at the power supply. And power cord plugs in back there. There's also a little LED here, and I believe there is color codes on here. So it should tell you also when they're fully charged. So that's pretty neat. And they give you some little stickers here. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how I'm going to get these devices in here and what cords I want to route, and then we'll take a look at it. Alright, so I went ahead and did some cable management here and got the devices plugged in that I want to use with it. I did have 2 of the included USB-C cables left over. Not going to use those for right now, but as we move forward over the years, a lot of new things that are coming out are going to be using USB-C, and there'll probably be less and less things that are using micro USB. So it's kind of future-proof. You can swap it out as needed. So how I set mine up here, and I'm using, I believe, all but one of the charging ports. So I have a spot for my Garmin here using micro USB. 2 of the little Bontrager lights here using micro USB. In the case of one of the ion lights, because of where they put the charger, you can really only fit it in the middle pocket here. Otherwise you have it sticking straight up and then the lid doesn't close. So if you put it in the middle one, there is enough clearance that you can put it sideways there. And then I have my other ion light that uses USB-C up top, so everything fits in here nicely. And we'll go ahead and plug it in. Just one thing before I do plug it in. There was 2 of my devices that will not work with this box, at least right now. One is my giant Newman light, which has this magnetic charger. This is obviously not long enough. There is an open USB in here, and if I get a little USB extension, I can probably run that to the middle pocket here, and it will fit in there. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. I just need to look through my gigantic pile of cables and see if I have something like that. If not, it's probably like 99 cents on eBay. And my headphones here, they're just simply, you know, the case of it is just too big to fit into here. I can use it on my micro USB headphones, but for this, I'm still going to have to plug this over at the couch here. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in now. So taking a look at where I'm plugging it in. So I have kind of my couch back. The USB-C here I kind of have to keep because that's long and it reaches over to the other end in case I'm using my phone. And also it's a higher voltage and amperage one, which I also use for my tablet. And I have my Microsoft Surface over here, which I'm going to keep the lightning connector hooked up over here so that I'll be able to charge my other set of headphones off of that lightning connector, the Beats, and I can charge my Surface. So now I can charge all of my devices. I have my couch space back, and if we take a look here, you can see that everything's charging except for the USB port that I'm not using. And you can shut it here. Doesn't matter whether you shut the lid or not, it still charges. So looks a whole lot more organized. Alright, so final thoughts. Am I happy that I purchased this? Yes, absolutely. How much did it cost? These are going for $124.99. You can order it from pretty much any bike shop that orders Trek, or on their website. Yeah, I know a lot of people are going to cringe at the price of that and say, oh, I can build one for less myself. Yeah, you probably can. You might be able to 3D print it. You might be able to build it out of wood. You know, there's a lot of like dad type of dudes out there that like to build things. Go for it. I might even attempt that down the road myself so that I can build a bigger one and integrate the rest of my devices into one device. That's certainly something you can do on your own. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. All in all, I'm happy with how this turned out. I'm happy with my purchase, and I'll see how it works out in the long term, but that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you gave you a little bit of insight into how this works, and if you're thinking about purchasing one, this is what you can expect. So thanks for watching.